What's going on, guys? Vista here, and today I have that old standby, Damavand Peak Rush. Just some highlights from the match. I was running solo today, but no matter, still tried to play as a team player, helping my team along. Rush is a great game mode for teamwork. Extremely simple, 2 points to defend, especially Damavand Peak with only 3 real major lanes that you have to worry about with your left, right, and middle. Today I worked mostly the right side. It's typically where I like to work, a lot of cover to work from. But did fall back to the middle a few times, helping to disarm a MCOM. But for the most part, worked that right side. Maybe next time I'll try and get a little bit more work done on the left. But anyways, guys, this round was a lot of fun. We got steamrolled off the first set of MCOMs, which seems to happen quite a bit. Seems like the attacking side gets to those MCOMs a little bit faster, and I think that's really due to the fact that the defenders also have to cover some ground before they get up to those MCOMs. You really want that line of defense as far in advance of the MCOMs as you can, which isn't always easy on the first set of MCOMs. Now, we seem to hold them pretty well on the second set of MCOMs. As you can see here, I'm still kind of pushing up on that right. We got guys into the building. They're funneling pretty heavy down off that right-hand side, those little bit of rocks up there that everybody seems to like to come from. And they've already got a beacon and a MAV up here, so I went ahead and dispatched those, helping my team out. We don't want the enemy knowing where we're at, and we definitely don't want them spawning that close to the MCOM. Now, I've still got a guy in here, proned out on the table there. Didn't work out too good for him, but still on the defense. So as you can see, guys, I've spawned back in on the right side off one of my squad mates doing work, and I get shot from behind. What's happened is one of the recons has gotten on top of that dome. That is an extremely nasty spot for our team. We're trying to hide behind these buildings, and these guys have a free shot on us. So my thought process here is suppress these guys. They're recon. They get one shot at a time, and if I'm putting all kinds of that suppression effect on them, they're not going to be able to readily hit my teammates. I do end up knocking one off with a headshot. At that range, pretty lucky headshot. But really what I was thinking was suppress those guys. Now, I'm setting up my engineer kit to match the specialization that I had on my assault kit. My squad's done a pretty good job of varying up our specializations. We actually have the loadout that I like to run even when it's, I know all 3 of the other guys I'm playing with. These are randoms, so I wanted to change my specialization to what I was running as an assault, just to keep everything going. I don't want to duplicate anything. It doesn't do us any good. So as you can see, I was finally able to knock that spawn beacon off the top of that dome. I don't want those guys there. They just got that free shot on my team, and we can't defend the MCOM if we're getting shot every 2 seconds from the back. Just not a good situation. And totally worth the death. Nothing like a good noob tube every once in a while. As you can see, guys, we've been blown off the first set of MCOMs. Now it's time to really draw that line. Get pushed up as far as we can away from the MCOMs. Make them fight through us. So I'm going to push up on this right side, try to do a little bit of work. I'm going to try and stay really on that outside. I don't want them getting the angle. I want to hold the angle on them. I got my 2 guys fighting to the left here, so I'm going to push up into a little bit of cover from the right, which gives me a perfect angle on these 2 guys. Now I'm able to come in, pick up my 3 fallen comrades here, get them picked up, and back in the fight. It's better to go ahead and try and go for that pickup in certain situations, you don't want to do it if, you know, you've got 5 guys in front of you. Rambo revive, it's not going to help anyone. But I had a pretty good lull. Now that that happened, when I got shot, I had somebody to pick me up instead of having to wait for my guys to retake the ground. I want to keep this ground. So I'm going to keep pushing up as far as I can. Eventually, I would get to a stopping point where I would just kind of hold them, but I didn't find any cover I really liked. This spot here isn't bad. I do get the drop on this recon here. Took a few rounds more than it really should have to drop that guy, but unfortunately, I make a mistake here. I don't think I really should have gone for this beacon here. It just really isn't helping anyone. Now, I don't know what this was about. It's kind of a glitch if you look. I have the drop on that guy, but I'm pounding the rocks in front of me even though I'm aiming well above it. Just seems to be a little bit of a glitch spot, which happens from time to time. But my teammates have pushed up. They got me picked up. But, you know, proned out, you're more likely to take that headshot. So I went down. So back in, continuing the fight, pushing up this right side. It is more difficult. You're fighting uphill, but every once in a while you can find a good spot like this where it's really more of a head glitch spot. I'm holding them. I don't want these guys getting past here. I don't want them anywhere near that MCOM. I want to fight on their territory. I've got a lull in fire, so I'm going to push up, try and take some more ground, get out to that right side. Keep that angle, keep them pushed in. If I can keep these guys having to hug the inside of that rock, they can't shoot down on my teammates. They got to worry about me out here. Unfortunately, I pay a little too much attention trying to get fancy and shoot out the pilot and pay the price. The very guys that I was trying to keep in cover shot me down. So, mistake and lesson learned. Keeping the aggressive push going. These guys are pushing hard, but we're going to push harder. Keep this right side. I don't want anybody getting through. We're still getting a little too close to for comfort to the MCOM, but we've got the numbers. It's working in our favor. We got these guys losing tickets at a pretty good rate, so I'm not going to let these guys through. I don't want this right flank to collapse. And unfortunately, here comes the beep beep jeep for the pancake kill, and I paid the price. These guys knew it. They wanted to break through on that right side. Now, I've moved up. They had the AMCOM armed. We got the disarm, but you notice, they're pushing us back. Each time I'm spawning in, I'm a little closer to the MCOM. Now I'm a lot closer than I'd like. I want to be up in the rocks where the enemy currently is. I want to keep them away. They have to fight through us. They're going to lose tickets to do it. Get going on a pretty good streak here. I think it winds up somewhere around 700 points. But I got flanked. Our middle collapsed. I didn't know it. Wasn't watching my mini-map enough. And got blown off the point. So, I've swapped back to my engineer kit, got the RPG out, and I'm going to keep with my theory. I'm going to keep pushing, keep out on this right-hand edge. I want to hold it. They've taken the AMCOM, but these guys are still flooding in here. Just because they've blown it, I don't want to collapse to B and shrink it down even further. I want to hold them out away from the MCOM. And this guy picks a really bad time to reload. But these guys are still flooding in. I'm still holding. I've got a decent spot here. I can kind of duck back into cover real quick. Keep popping on these guys. I don't want them to have it. I definitely want to keep them from getting upstairs there and having a free shot on the MCOM. And a quick swap to my RPG, and doesn't quite work. I get shot. And as you can see, guys, we got them knocked down to the last few tickets. Just a matter of mopping them up now and keeping them off that MCOM and keep them from resetting their points. But we've all but got the win. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thinking of hosting rush games on Sundays, a little bit more regular content for you guys to enjoy. Toying around with the title of Sunday Rush. So let me know what you guys think of this idea down in the comments. I'd love to see a little bit more regular programming for you guys. But with that, guys, do appreciate you watching, and I will catch you on the next one.